All right, so this is a timeless message for the Virgos. This is general, so it may or may not resonate. If you want a more personal reading, then you can book a session with me. And the link in the description box below. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Okay? Okay. Let's see. What do you have for the Virgo? All right, first card is the Ace of Swords. You got the Five of Swords. And you got the Six of Swords in reversed. So, I feel like something needs to be confronted. I feel like, what I'm feeling is, in these types of particular situations, Virgo, you tend to just walk away and leave the situation alone or just avoid the conflict. But I feel like something needs to be said, even though it's not something you may want to say. Instead of just moving on from a situation or leaving a situation behind. Got the Chariot card. I need some more clarity on this. I just feel like there's been something on your mind for a while and it's time to speak out about it. It's time to say something about it. I feel like at this point, there's like some resentment building up, some anger, some frustration building up. And I feel like you guys are at your point of just being over it. But I feel like nothing has been directly communicated on your end or on someone else's end. And so there needs to be a conversation had, because I feel like that's where you can find solution. You got the Four of Pentacles. I feel like if you have this conversation, it may not be for everyone that there's like a solution that you want, or there won't be like, it won't result in you moving forward. I think it just needs to be talked about so that you can release the situation directly in the situation that it's presenting itself. But also so you can be clear on your forward movement. Because I feel like if you just move away within the impulse of just a buildup of whatever it may be, then there's chances are you're going to find yourself back in the same sort of energy and cycle, or back in this particular situation with the, like where the situation, where it's coming up at, and whatever situation is coming up at. You got the Three of Wands in reverse. Oh, excuse me. Five of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Eight of Swords in reverse. Yeah, I just feel like you got to get out of your head about it and speak about it. For a lot of you, I feel like you will end up moving forward from this situation, but I feel like instead of it being moving forward and the energy of just trying to get away from the conflict of it, it'll be like a definite moving forward, where there's no question it later on. I feel like within the impulse of wanting to move away from it, you may be like, oh yeah, I'm done, but in actuality, I feel like a lot of you could potentially come back to the same pattern, the same energy, or the same situation if you don't talk about it. Got the Eight of Cups with the Four of Swords. So some of you may need to take some time away just to think about it and figure out the approach and what you want to communicate it about, or how you want to communicate about it. Also figuring out what it is that stops you from directly communicating your frustrations or your problems or your issues in certain areas of your life. Like, what is stopping you? What is making you not want to speak up about these things? I think for some of you, you just don't like confrontation. I feel like for others of you, you may not want to hurt someone's feelings. For others of you, you may feel like it's common sense, but not everybody thinks the same and feels the same about things or thinks the way about things. So I feel like you should, you got the Eight of Pentacles, take some time to figure out how you can how you can look at it from outside of your own perspective and work out something and pertains to communicating about this. You got the universe card, because I feel like this is just something that keeps popping up for you. I don't feel like it's even so much like the importance is so much highlighted on the current situation you're in. I think that there's just a pattern of not communicating certain things, like more serious matters, more harsher or colder conversations, or things that people don't like to talk about. I feel like you tend to run away from these types of interactions, these types of conversations. So you need to start doing this, because you're going to continue to keep looping in the same pattern in all situations, and it's just going to potentially in situations that could have been fulfilling for you, honestly, is what I'm getting. So maybe not this one, but it needs to be talked about. Yeah, you got the Four of Cups with the Seven of Wands. So it may be uncomfortable for you, but you need to stand your ground and say how you feel and what you think about something, even if you feel like the other person may not agree. Because you're righteous in how you feel, and not everybody's going to understand it. You can't expect people to understand it if you don't even communicate it. So there's definitely some communication, some more serious communication that needs to be had in order for you to close out the cycle of not using your throat chakra in a more balanced way. I feel like for a lot of you, you either just don't say anything at all, and then you may get to this point where you just completely just go crazy, or some of you just don't say anything at all and then you just move forward, and the other person or people that may be involved may be very confused because they didn't know there was a problem or issue, but obviously there was, because you just left it alone. So yeah, I hope that this helps.